Hi, I'm Dominick Aiello with Wooden Camera here at NAB 2023. Today I'd like to show you everything about the new Sony VENICE 2 accessory system. So we've done all kinds of changes here at Wooden Camera. We're trying to improve the use of the Sony VENICE and show all of the different aspects of the accessory system that we've built today. We have a base plate system that actually has an Arca plate on the bottom of that allows us to adapt to other base plates as well as shoulder rests, Steadicam plates, and so on. We have a dual locking system for the iris rods, so if you're running longer rods, you can clamp them down extra hard to hold those lens control motors. Because the camera is so modular and it's used, the sensor block is removable and to be placed into the Rialto. To do that, there are 6 screws. 2 of those screws are on the bottom. Unlike other manufacturers, we've actually added access holes through our base plate that you can take those screws out and then hide them in the bottom of the base plate so you don't lose them. We also wanted to make a design that was where the side rails are separated from the base plate and the top plate. And to do that, we actually made what we call a faceplate cage. We take the 4 screws out of the sensor block that hold the sensor in place, and we replace those screws through a sensor cage, a whole faceplate cage. That adds the side rails necessary, as well as giving us access points for all of our buttons and connectors. But we also have DLC-coated rosettes, tape hooks, as well as front-facing 3/8/16 bolts up in the front. All of that allows for access for different style of setups. In this particular case, we actually have bolt-on rods into the faceplate, and the viewfinder's mounted to the faceplate itself instead of the top plate. We also have a 19mm rod bolted onto the side, allowing for lens control motors to be dropped down for the iris. On the top, we have our top plate. And unlike other manufacturers, we're actually utilizing the dovetail that was built on the camera. This allows for the entire top half of the camera to be removed with no tools. This is a great situation for changing, say, from handheld or studio mode to go into the backseat of a car to shoot, over the shoulder of the driver. You now can reduce all that height in order to get into that minimal space in the back of the vehicle. The Ultra Handle system is a modular handle system that allows us to reduce the size of the handle down to its minimum form, say for the Rialto, or build it all the way out into a full-fledged studio system. Again, the idea of these accessories is to think about all the different style setups that the user may want to use, and then customize those setups so that you only use the accessories that are needed for those specific shots. We even have accessories for our accessories. So the top plate, we actually have a bolt-on Velcro plate, so you can actually Velcro your cables into place, or that can be exchanged out for another side cheese plate that allows for other accessories to be mounted. We have users that use, say, focus assist modules that are sitting out front of the viewfinder, and they want an added iris rod clamp towards the back of the top plate. We actually have an accessory that bolts onto that top plate that allows for the longer rods to support those features. If you're running gimbal, you can actually remove the base plate, but when you do that, you actually lose the iris rods. We actually have another bracket that bolts to the faceplate cage that allows you to clamp the iris rods in place. That way you can still utilize the gimbal base plate. With all of that, I'd like to say this is a really thought out system. And if you need more information, please visit woodencamera.com and you can see everything you want to look at.